There are those that say the Lamborghini Aventador isn't as fearsome as its proud predecessors, that Audi has somehow put out its fire. In this episode of Car and Driver Abroad, we go in search of the truth. Lamborghini Aventador, just roll that name around your mouth. God, it sounds good, doesn't it? And nothing looks so evocative, so outrageous and so exciting. You know the details, but let's drink it in. 6.5 litre V12, no turbos, 690 horsepower and 509 foot-pounds of torque. 7-speed paddle shift gearbox with one clutch but twin shifting rods for lightness and speed, 217 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, $380,000. The Aventador though is a thing of beauty. So when you beg, borrow or steal one for a few days, what do? You never let the wheels stop rolling. This is our ode to the Aventador, played out on road and track. We start in the city of London, partly because that's where we were instructed to pick the Aventador up, and partly because any Lamborghini is a car to share with the world. They've always been street theatre, and as you can see, the Aventador still drops jaws. It's a magnet to camera phones. It still turns grown adults into kids. I've never ever been in a car that creates more joy, more wide-eyed amazement wherever it goes, even in London, the most cynical of cities. But this is a new breed of Lambo, the creeping influence of Audi taming the Great Bull, or so they say. Maybe, just maybe, the Aventador is right at home in a city centre.
So on the face of it, the Aventador should cope pretty well with traffic, and it's got a big torquey V12 engine. It's got this paddle shift gearbox that's got an auto mode, so I don't even have to change gear. But I tell you what, it doesn't feel like a city car. The ride with the pushrod suspension is really tough. The throttle response makes you feel like you're really clumsy. It feels like it's frustrated, just like you are when you're driving it. And I think we've proved that the car can be driven in the city, but it's not very happy, and nor am I. I think I've had enough of going slow. Let's go and go really, really fast.
So we head north and then west into the evening to the very best place for driving supercars in the UK, the wonderful roads of North Wales. On the triple laners, the big Lamborghini is relatively quiet and it is so easy to drive. Even the visibility isn't too bad. Maybe it has gone soft. Of course, there's an incredible circuit in North Wales too, so it seemed rude not to drop in for a lap, or an hour, or maybe, yeah, why not, a whole day.
So Lamborghini back in the day made scary supercars. Not like Porsches, which are all about engineering integrity, or Ferraris, which are all about sort of precision and trying to create that impression of Formula One technology that's leaked down to the road. Lambos are just about drama, about big balls. They are scary cars. A lot of people have said the Aventador has gone soft, but we're going to find out if that's true on a very wet Anglesey circuit.
One thing's for sure, the Aventador's Haldex four-wheel drive system makes this supercar much more approachable in tricky conditions than you might imagine. Thank God for that. But, and there is a but, the penalty is that you do have to learn a new way to get the best from it. You have to drive through mild understeer before the Aventador really starts to dance. And beware, this is a dance with the devil. You really need to be on your toes.
So has Lambo gone soft with the Aventador? Is everyone right? Well, I'm not sure they are really. Certainly there's a bit more understeer and less propensity to roll oversteer that you used to get with the old V12s. But this thing still changes direction like you wouldn't believe. Such a big, heavy supercar. You can really feel the benefit of this new carbon chassis, the stiffness of the suspension, its body control is brilliant. And when you feel the gearbox in course mode changing, it literally feels like the back of the car's going to tear off under the force of it. It's unreal. I'm not sure I like that actually, it's almost too dialed in, but it does sort of fit the Lamborghini way of doing things. And the performance is just vast. On this track, which is a size too small for this car, it just feels comically fast. It's unreal. It's a proper big hitting supercar. So I think at Anglesey we've learned that maybe there are more agile supercars than this. But the performance is massive, it's still scary, still a huge amount of fun. But this track's too small for this car. We need the big, wide open roads, the proper supercar roads. You might think an airfield or a racetrack is the Aventador's natural environment. Actually, it's out here on the open road that this car feels the most special, really. It's like rolling thunder just blitzing across this incredible scenery. And when it does, all the criticisms that I might have already suggested sort of melt away. Okay, it's not as agile as something like a Ferrari 458, but it's got so much grip and performance that on these roads it doesn't matter. The ride's too choppy in town. Again, once you're up to speed on roads like this, it doesn't feel at all compromised, it just feels monstrous. And on the racetrack where you're using all the grip of these huge tyres, sometimes it feels a bit understeery, a bit insistently understeery. You feel like you can't manage the balance of the car. But on the road you never get to that level, you never find the understeer, you just enjoy the response, the grip and the body control, which is fantastic. It makes 690 horsepower really, really usable. I can't pretend the Aventador is perfect. It doesn't have that dynamic lightness of touch of something like a Pagani, the ultimate agility of a McLaren 12C or a Ferrari 458. But not much else feels as special as this. And its flaws are part of its charm. That's what a Lamborghini's all about. You have to love it warts and all. Instead, you just enjoy this huge, naturally aspirated engine, which sounds like nothing else on earth. You have got to love this noise.